G'day guys, how you going today? Time for a ghost update. This week, finished the Fire Prism, so let's have a look, see what we've got here. Alright, trying to hold this together because it's not magnetized or anything yet. There you go for your whole shot. I ended up following General Splatten's idea. Sorry everybody else. He said to go for the purple sort of mace window approach, and I think it worked out really cool. I'll just take it apart and show you how it's looking. There's your top half. I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. Again, I think the color scheme is really quite cool. I think it looks really, it's very iconic. It certainly stands out without being too overtly bright or anything like that. The gems were basically done with a mixture of Reaper paints, just blended up from Ritterfitch blue and finally ending in a Games Workshop ice blue highlight, and then giving it a bit of a glaze over with the Ard coat to give it a really nice shine effect, which really adds something to the jewels, I definitely thought. So that's the bottom half of the Fire Prism. Obviously pretty generic in the same sense as the other Fire Prism and Wave Serpent. And here's the top bit, the green, as you might say. I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. I think it looks really stunning. I haven't done anything like this before, and I think it looks really, really cool. Doing the crystal was certainly something pretty interesting. I'll see how close we can get and see some of the effects that I've done there. It's very subtle, and I ended up giving it a bit of a wash with Ard coat to really help it to keep a crystalline appearance. Unfortunately, the camera is really not doing any justice to my paint job. Though I assure you it's something nice. So basically, that's what I've managed to do this week. It's been a pretty hectic week. I'm approaching exams, so yeah. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing this week. I haven't actually got anything planned. I haven't got any boxes or anything like that. So what I think I may end up doing is this week I may go into GW and perhaps pick something up. I'm not making any promises. So there's not a video up next week, and that's why. So that's that. Two other things. One, when, I don't know what you guys have an equivalent over in America or England or anything like that, but over here in Australia, I recently went to Spotlight, which is basically an old ladies craft store, which you get all your sewing gear and all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, craft and hobby stores over here in Australia are nowhere near as decent as they are over in America, as I'm told. But while I was over there and having a bit of a browse, I ended up finding two really cool things that I may end up using in for a future project, considering I run Warriors of Chaos and Elder. So what we've got here is a tub of blue sand. I got this for $3 for a tub of blue sand, and it's not, you really can't see the grit on it or anything. It's not overly gritty. It's 500 grams, which is like half a kilo, which is like a pound. I don't know, I think it works out to be something like that. And also red rocks, or purpley sort of pinky kind of rocks. Again, I got these for about $4 at the store, and obviously they're not intended for this purpose, but I think they will definitely suit the purposes very well. And obviously if you put them together, you got quite a stark contrast. So what I'll be able to do with those is have some really unique basing work, or maybe make some terrain, or whatever it is that comes to mind. But I thought it was pretty cool, and I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a show around at that. What else? Okay, everybody has their Citadel GW. Well, if you're like me, you can't afford a battle foam one because those are really, really expensive. So what I have done with mine just recently is I picked up a paint texture. Thought I'd indulge in my perhaps a little bit more arty side. So what I've got here is just a Citadel case, and what I'm starting to do is I've put a koi fish, just traditional Japanese work, swimming over the top there. Also, I see just a really, really crappy random chaos symbol and Ulthwe symbol. Probably what I'm also going to do here is just put a traditional Japanese dragon wrapping around the back, and also on the back I've got a little bit of white stencil work. So that's it for me for this week. If you guys have any suggestions for anything that you may have seen today that you would like to see in future videos, or if there's anything you would recommend that I get a hold of or into this week, I'm probably not going to end up getting a massive box set or anything. I might just get something small. I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll see how we go. That should all be good. Also, next week on Thursday, I have a grudge match against one of the GW employees at my local store. 1500 point Warriors of Chaos versus what he tells me will be his Wood Elves, and his Wood Elves are it's an interesting list. They are pretty much all forest spirits with a few war dancers, so it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. If I can bring the camera along, because it's not really working at the moment, I'll try and do a bat rep. If not, then I'll come back and give you a bit of a report as to what happened there. Also guys, I just wanted to make special note of Natakue again. I'm not entirely sure about his whole situation yet, haven't got any updates or anything like that. But for those of you who are still unaware, I'll just put a link in the sidebar, well, bottom bar now, down to his channel, and you could go along and just give him send him your condolences, because I'm not entirely sure how he's gone, but I'm sure every little bit helps. Thanks a lot, guys.